Hey, good afternoon, sports fans. We are here this afternoon to talk a little bit about all the great things that happened yesterday in the college football playoff. But I want to start off as well by saying thank you to all those who always tune in, and for those who are new tuning in to WTP Sports Dudes and Level Up Sports 10. And when we come in, we just have fun and do what we do. We talk our talk and we walk our walk when it comes to what we talking about with a lot of these picks, and what our take is with a lot of what's going on in the sports world. And if anyone, and I'm sure everyone, was able to catch quite the games we seen yesterday with the Texas Longhorns able to prevail in that double overtime thriller with the Arizona State squad, and I call them a squad. I don't even give them the last name right away because it's just my partake and how I be seeing things. And this Arizona State squad have been playing some great football, even though they was not able to come away with a win. You got to give that squad mad respect, massive props because they went out and they played a heck of a game yesterday. But those Texas Longhorns were able to come away with a win, and Makuba, a safety, in my opinion, one of those defensive players, man. And I spoke about him the other day. He just, I call him Knack because he always has a knack for the ball and knows where to be all the time on that field, and he's always there. When a tackle is made, don't matter what's going on, he's always there. And what a way to end that game for the Longhorns and coming out on top with a victory. And when it comes to the game, we talked about yesterday, that game will be happening. That is that Notre Dame Georgia game, and hearts out, and just want to send prayers and thoughts out to any and everyone that was affected in the aftermath that happened yesterday. And hearing about something else that happened as well a few hours later in the evening. All of those people, families affected with that, just want to send prayers out to those families as well as people as well as that involved, and appreciate those that was there, in efforts to help with the whole situation also. And with this Notre Dame Georgia game, I don't know people, but this game is probably a game that definitely have eyes on the TV. It will definitely get its views today. And I'm going with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I don't know what it's about this team and Freeman, but Freeman is doing this thing with this coaching and getting his team prepared for everything, after taking a tough loss to start the season, with Northern Illinois, and to be where they are at this point in the season, you got to respect the coaching, you got to respect the team, and you got to put some respect on their name in the Notre Dame Fighting Irish against these Georgia Bulldogs. And Notre Dame are favorite. They're favored by one, and the over and under is 45 and a half. And I'm going to take the over in this one as well because I just think that Notre Dame's offense has not clicked. It's not clicked. It's not snapped just the way that it needs to where the whole world could see how this Notre Dame offense can really be. And I think this is that game where they got all their ducks in a row and they come out and they put a little whooping on Georgia. And I don't know. That's just my feeling with this Notre Dame game against these Georgia Bulldogs this afternoon into the evening. And one thing that we can't forget as well is when you talk about a Notre Dame team, of course they lost to Northern Illinois, but defensively, they lead the nation in a lot of statistical categories. And then when it comes to the offense, that run game, that passing game, it's a problem. And it keeps teams guessing because you have to keep your hat on everything moving with a mobile quarterback, and then you have a run game, and then you have wide receivers that can definitely catch the ball, and they have hands and they have size. So I think today is the day that Notre Dame definitely gets that passing game going along with the big rushing attack against these Georgia Bulldogs. And then that next game that we have up, and let me not forget about this Georgia team. They're a great team. I have nothing against Georgia. They've made it thus far. You know, without a doubt, you can't get this far without and not be a good team. So, my opinion, Georgia have earned the respect in where they are and being that good team. Some people see them as a great team and even the team that can win the college playoff. But I'm taking Notre Dame. They have a backup quarterback, and I think that's going to give Notre Dame the opportunity to pin them ears back and go after that quarterback. So that's where, for me, the difference comes. And Notre Dame secondary is very active, along with that linebacker core as well. So that's another reason I'm taking these Fighting Irish. Little bro Sean Moss, if you're able to get in and watch this stream, bro, I got you Notre Dame Fighting Irish winning big and covering that over the day and the spread. I would say put the house on it, as City League TV always say. We're going to put the house on that one today. And I think I can get me a mansion on bro and his squad after this one. That evening game, evening slate, we got an ACC and an SEC banger. To me, I call it a banger because it's a bowl game. And all these bowl games, to me, have been some bangers. You got a lot of points up there that's being scored. And in this one, they have Ole Miss favored by 17 and a half. What? Why? I don't know why. 17 and a half. I'm going with the Duke Blue Devils out of the ACC, and I don't think Mississippi is going to cover that 17 and a half. And man, a buddy of mine, Josh, he spoke about this Ole Miss team and how good they are. I know Jackson Dart, great quarterback. I love what they do have, but I think that this Duke team is going to come in. Nobody has them winning. 17 and a half point underdogs. Over 51 and a half. That's kind of scary. I'm going to go under, but I got the Blue Devils winning this one. I'm going to take the under, but I got the Blue Devils winning this game against Ole Miss. I just think that Duke is going to come out and they're going to play a tough game. Just at the end of the day, when you have these bowl games and you're moving into the next season, you want to leave the season on a high note. And an ACC win for Duke against Ole Miss to end the season, that puts them in a great position going into next season when it comes to workouts, getting prepared for the season, the whole nine. You name it, they're definitely going to be ready for this battle today. And, I'm gonna just sit this right here for a minute. And man, we've been in this group text. We've been in this group text very heavy. And this Ohio State Texas game, man, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have us a banger. And for me, I want to see if we could get this new hashtag going for that boy and that scarlet and gray. City League TV, Zen Masters A, WTP Sports Dudes. I know y'all picked them Buckeyes to win. I know me and Parlay Poe went with the Ducks. They prevailed. And the questions were answered yesterday in so many ways. Donnell, P-Rock, I know y'all said the Bucks was going to go get the win as well. Good to see you in here, Donnell. Man, your Bucks showed me they're a real football team and that they have grown up from the season's battles and tough losses that they had. And there was only a few, but we wonder if the one from the Maize and Blue was going to be a hangover, and we don't see it at all. These Buckeyes are playing some great football, and let me not forget you call them the Ohio State Buckeyes, the world famous, as City League TV said in a text message, as they always say now when they talk about them on the TV. And to all the Buckeye fans out there, man, from Level Up Sports 10, from WTP Sports Dudes, man, I salute y'all. Y'all playing great football. Respect is respect, and I'm going to go ahead and give y'all's flowers before y'all get this big game going in the next one. So y'all won't say that I had anything against y'all, but I love the way y'all played football. Now, back to the little hashtag that everybody got to start using. And if you're not using a hashtag, you got to put Level Up Sports 10 in there, and you got to put WTP Sports Dudes as well in the hashtag. You can't use the hashtag without putting the 2 with it. And I'm going to call him Smitty from Block O. That's all I'm going to say. Smitty from Block O, throwing the down ball, as Keyshawn Johnson once said, and they started doing it, and they paid dividends. Is this something that's going to continue to happen when the Buckeyes take the field coming up against these Texas Longhorns? It's a lot that's going to take place. And one thing I looked at in, both of the games is that you had both quarterbacks in Quinn Ewers and Will Howard. They both threw for 300 yards. They both threw for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So when you ask them for the quarterbacks to go out and perform, they did that. I know Texas, they were up 16 and Arizona State came back. We know the type of team Arizona State can be. We know when Texas have gotten big leads like this year, that teams have been able to creep back in games as well. And for me, the only difference, 17-26, 319, 20 of 30, 322. Quinn Ewers 3 for 3 more yards, and he had just 10 incompletions to 9. So that's equal game on both quarterbacks. So when you're asking for a banger, you're going to get a banger in this Ohio State and Texas game. It's so much more that'll be through the week as we go through this week and up into the game that we'll be talking about. And, Smitty from Block O, hashtag that. And make sure when you hashtag Smitty from Block O, that's the new nickname. I haven't seen it. If it's out there, let me know, but I haven't seen it. So I'm calling him Smitty from Block O with the hashtag. And make sure you put Level Up Sports 10 and WTP Sports Dudes in there. And then we got Golden. And I was going to hit him with the hashtag Golden Retriever, because when I say he catches the football and he does things with that football, nothing bigger than a grab to put Texas in the position to win that game in overtime. So when you ask him for players to step up, Smitty from Block O, he stepped up. The Golden Retriever, he stepped up. Quinn stepped up. Will stepped up. Only difference that I seen was the running game for Texas wasn't working. And Donnell said that only way Texas will win is if OSU quarterback get hurt. We don't have a backup QB. Texas has a qualified backup. And that is a great thing to talk about when you speak on that, Donnell. And you are very right, because in this game, Texas is definitely going to pick and choose when to come after Will Howard. Will Howard has definitely grown up. But when he was throwing that football to Smitty from Block O, it looked like spring practice to me yesterday's game in that Rose Bowl. And the lights, the sun, that's all OSU need is a little sunlight. And you're going to see things happen, man. It felt like spring practice. And I wonder if anybody asked Smitty from Block O that question. And Will Howard is just knocking them off. That's the only thing I could say. And for them to be in the position that they're in, to be a game away from possibilities of being in the national championship, that's why I was quiet for a second, because of that. And the run game, we got Trey. He's out there, Travion, that is Henderson, 8 rushes, 94 yards, and a couple of them tutties, as WTP Sports do say. And then you had Q Judkins out there, 17 for 85. P-Rock told us yesterday, Henderson is the best thing smoking. And I've been said that. And I think if they give Henderson that football, if you put them 25 together, that's about a 200-yard game for Travion Henderson. But if you give him about 15, he could get you 150 to 200. And he could seal the deal just from his run game. But that's just my thoughts. Not that Junkins is a bad running back. I like him too, but I just like Trey overall. That's just my preferred back of the two. So, man, it's you thinking Texas, you got OSU, Texas. Donnell, talk to me a little bit, and what's your opinion when you think of the breakdown of Quinn Ewers and Will Howard? Both coming off 300-yard games, 3 touchdown games. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. This game is big. This game is the game. And when I say this game is the game, WTP Sports Dudes, Zen Master Zay, Unc and Neff, and I ain't talking about Snoop. I ain't trying to take nobody's way how they said or whatnot. But the way they have been about this Texas and Ohio State, it is here, ladies and gentlemen. It is here. You got the Ohio State Buckeyes versus the Texas LongHorns Hook'em. I don't know what to say. It's just going to be a great game. You got defensive backs out there and Barron and Makuba. You got Downs out there, and I'm talking about Caleb. Man, it's just going to be a sight to see when this game comes. When this game comes, it's just going to be a sight to see. And I don't want to give up, all the talk because the group thread is going on right now, and we stays in it. We stays in it heavy. And as Donnell says, as he's talking about these QBs, he said Ewers get flushed. He has possibly turned over. When he gets flushed, he possibly turns the ball over and throw across his body. That is true. And the question is to me, will we see Arch Manning in this game? I'm calling for the Arch. I'm calling for the Arch if you hear me, Sark, the Shark. Calling for the Arch. And that did sound pretty good together. And it's just, man, you break down these QBs, man. You asking for a banger. And then you got Smitty from O Block, hashtag Smitty from O Block. And make sure when you use the hashtag once again, Level Up Sports 10, WTP Sports Dudes with it. This kid is a freshman. That puts him at about 1,200 yards, close to 1,200 yards receiving. And I don't know. I think he's freshman of the year, hands down. Ryan Williams, I like what he's done, but I think it's time for him to make a move as well. Go ahead, join Smitty, Rod. Go ahead, join Smitty. Smitty from O Block, that is, because, man, that'd be something to see. Sophomores doing it up at the Ohio State University. And Donnell said, pressure on Howard. He tries to do too much, which causes turnovers. They are even. And I agree. There's a lot of, you just throw everything out the window with these two. This game and this performance, I think that's where it's not going to be you break down these two QBs, but I think that's where we're at this point. Quinn still has another year left. Will's played his time. But when you ask him for two quarterbacks to come out and just do what they do best, this is the game to where you're talking NFL scouts, you talking nail money, you talking first round, second round, third round, all the way up to round 7. The possibilities of these things is going to happen in this here game. You talking Barron, you talking Downs. A lot of people are going to be saying, who's the DB of the year? Who deserves this? Who's going to be at this position when the draft comes? Who's going to be at that position when the draft comes? There's so many questions to be answered in this here game between the Texas Longhorns and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ladies and gentlemen, I really don't have much to say about the teams that That loss, I would say, outside of they played a great season. They played great games, even getting up to this point in the playoff. Don't get me wrong, Oregon, you had a great season, great showing for your first time in the Big Ten, first year in the Big Ten. But I think when you take this loss, you looking at the team that runs the Big Ten. Sorry, little bro. Sorry, little bro, Skizzle Drill. I know we came on. I know you felt a certain way that if y'all won that first one, that if y'all matched up against them again, that it would be trouble. Donnell says, "Who do I got? The Bucks or Texas Longhorns?" I don't know. I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity before we actually go with our picks because this is gonna be a good pick. Who do I have? The Bucks or Texas? I think you just got to go all the way. Just go through our streams over the past few months. Check out all of our college football streams, and I'm gonna let you figure out those picks. You can skip through the videos just to see where we go through our picks. I'm gonna let you figure out that pick, and then when we come to our pick selection, I'm gonna see if you know my pick because I'm not giving my pick away. This game is bigger than some people's house because it's going to be people out there putting a house on this here game with these Ohio State Buckeyes and the Texas Longhorns. Bucks, hook 'em. Bucks, hook 'em. This is a battle, and I'm not giving my pick away, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do that here live. I'm not giving my pick away. And when I make my pick, my picks are locked in from here on out. I made a switch up with it was a pick I made a switch up on, but I'm not giving away my pick. He said, Donnell B said, I know you have been with Texas all season. I've been with a lot of teams all season. I've even been with my Seminoles, and I put them on Gamecast for the rest of the season. So that goes to show you, nobody's going to know my pick at all. I got the Ohio State. No, I can't let nobody know. I can't let nobody know what the pick is because we gotta when it comes to this pick here, we all got to be in here as a whole, as a unit. When we in here together as them dudes, y'all know we have fun. Picks can go from one way to the next within a matter of minutes, and we just have fun with what we do, and we gonna continue to bring it to you, always live, funky, and fresh. And man, make sure when you talking the rest of the week, the rest of the season, the rest of the time that you see number 4, and that's Scarlet and Gray, you heard it here first from Level Up Sports 10 and WTP Sports News. Hit the hashtag Smitty from O Block. And I'm going to put that in the chat so y'all can understand what I'm saying when I say what I say about this young man, because he is out there, ball, playing great football, doing this thing. And this is what I know. And for sure, this is WTP Sports Dudes on hashtag along with Level Up Sports 10. This is the new hashtag. Smitty from O Block 4. That is the new hashtag. Here first, Level Up Sports 10, WTP Sports Dudes. We gotta have a new hashtag. City League TV, the man of many hats. Ask somebody, Mr. Buckeye himself, alumni. How are you feeling after the beatdown, after the massacre? What is your thoughts on the beatdown and preparing for this Texas versus the Ohio State Buckeyes? What is your thought?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I am finally seeing what I've been asking for the past 15 years. Pass the damn ball. We had the best receivers in the country. America's been saying it for the past 10, 15 years, but we just continue to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Ryan Day just had in his head that he has to be tough. No, buddy, you're not tough. You're Mr. Finesse. You're pretty. You're handsome. It's all of the beautiful stuff, not the gritty, grindy stuff. It's beautiful. Pass the ball, air it out. The best show on turf has arrived.
And when you're talking about a show, the first grab, I was like, okay. But then when I seen the spring practice grab, I said, game over. When he made that catch, I knew the game was over. We talked about it. You've been speaking on this, like you said, for the past 15, even when you was a student at the Ohio State University. And we've been talking about this all season. They got to pass that ball when they throw the ball. And now we see, 7 for 187. 7 for 187. And as you see, it made me come up with the new hashtag, Smitty from O Block 4. That's the
O Block 4.
That's the new hashtag. And if you've been watching, I was up for a while because I've been on this third shift, like mind frame lately because of my work schedule. Nobody's used this hashtag. This is
I like that. I like that.
Smitty from O Block 4. And man, that game yesterday, y'all showed me the Ohio State Buckeyes are without a doubt a team to be reckoned with. In this game coming up with the LongHorns, I think this is going to be probably one of the best games, I would say, in college football history. And I don't know any game that I've been probably ready for when it comes to a game more so than this game. I've been ready for this game. I stayed up quite a bit last night, just looking a way to talk and when to come in and even come on and go live about it, because it's going to be an all-week thing up into the game where we're talking about this game from here on out. And then Donnell said Howard has been throwing some floaters. If it was not for that athletic ability, would have been some picks. This is the thing, and say to what you're saying as well, Don. When you think about spring practice, and I watched Ohio State spring practice because of Jeremiah Smith. Only reason I watched it. I watched a lot of highlights. In yesterday's game, it looked like they were in practice running them spring drills all over. And the hype inside that building during them times, a lot of people, if they seen the footage, they know what it was like. That's how it looked. And that's what happens when you practice that type of way, when it actually comes together at the right time. And we seen it yesterday. That's just my thoughts on what you're saying about them floaters, knowing what you have and the athleticism of your receivers and them receivers.
Hey, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Will Howard has been performing all season long. Yeah. His only bad game was against Michigan, and I believe that he was concussed. But outside of that, Will has been on point all season long, a la a 75% completion percentage for the year. For the year. Tops in completion percentage for the year. And I can even rewind back to last year. I defended Cal McCord last year. If we open up that playbook last year with Cal McCord, the last 2 years before that with CJ, if you just open up the playbook and pass the ball, the dynasty has already started. Now, one thing I was waiting to see yesterday was if Ohio State was going to continue to pass the damn ball. Right. And they did. And what happens when you pass the ball with the best receiving core in all of the country? It opens up the run game. And now you see 50-yarders, 40-yarders, 30-yarders, 20-yarders. Why? Because they're on their heels. They can't just sit in the box with 8, 9 in a box as they've been doing for the past 20 years when you play Ohio State. You don't have the fans like myself knowing what Ohio State is about to run every play. Michigan didn't need Ohio State's playbook. We already knew what Ohio State was running. So now just pass the damn ball. We've always had quarterbacks who can complete passes, whether it be short or down the field. Like I said, Zay. Zay said Will Howard isn't the same player he was earlier in the year, and he's improved immensely. I completely disagree. Go look at the stats. The stats don't lie. Mouths do. If you go back and look at Will Howard's stats in and game out, a very, very high completion percentage. Every single game, with the exception of Michigan.
I'm just looking at it.
75% completions.
Yeah.
Only when you're spoiled do you talk about players with those type of stats. And stats don't lie.
And if you think about Will Howard's stats, the crazy thing I've been looking at the last few weeks as the weeks continue, on my own time, is his stats compared to Shedeur Sanders' stats.
Everybody, look at his QBR, bro.
Yeah.
Look at his QBR, and I'm so sick and tired of people talking about my quarterbacks. It ain't the quarterback. It never has been the quarterback. Even when we had CJ last year, it's the freaking play calling. Running up the middle, running off tackle, run on first down, run.
Yeah, I agree.
He's been making great decisions all year. Go back, look at his stats for every single game. The only game where he fell off was in Michigan. If you look at his stats in every game, he's been very efficient. I mean, very. And like Moss B just said, I mean, his numbers are right there outside of the actual passing yards. But if you look at everything else, completion percentage, touchdowns to interception, QBR, he's a top quarterback. And to be honest, he's looking like the best quarterback in college football right now because he's on the biggest stage. But like I said, if you go back and just look at his stats, he's been doing this all year.
One thing I was like, I have thought about a lot of stuff we talked about this Ohio State team, about this Texas team, and now that it's actually here, people want, of course, us to make our picks. We're not making our picks yet. We're gonna make our picks when them dudes all together in one. And we know, of course, we got Buckeye fans, the City League, and Zen Master Zay. But for me, seeing how this Buckeye team has grown in just a few weeks from having a loss against Michigan and the growth, that second, it's a new season. And so far, they're the only team, and I'm going to say with Notre Dame, just seeing how Notre Dame played that first game, we'll see a little more of them today, that's actually grown. And I'm about to pull your comment up, Zen Master, that's grown and has been ready for this stage week in, week out. So that's just my opinion. And that puts the Buckeyes in the position they're in now. And I don't know. This team is dangerous, man. After yesterday, they passed that ball, very dangerous. Zen Masters, they say, even when it comes down to just knowing when to get certain people involved at moments in the game, Jeremiah Smith will have had, hold on, my bad. Zen Master Zay, where you put anything about Smitty from O Block, from O Block 4, that's how you got to say it now. We can't say his name no more. From here on out, it's Smitty from O Block 4. That's what we gonna call him. Because after yesterday, I can't call him his regular name no more. and he said would have had way more yards this year if he played the way he's playing now. I think if that book had opened up like City League TV said, I think we would have been seeing this sooner than now. That's just my opinion. When you have a weapon like that, you gotta you gotta throw him the damn ball. Like Keyshawn Johnson said, like City League TV said, I would be throwing him the ball every down. We'll be working out sun up to sundown and getting it right and knowing what we gonna do when we on that field, sort of like Burrow and Chase. You gotta have that type of connection. And
We got too many weapons, man. We got too many weapons, and they're also forgetting that Ibuka is another Ohio State wide receiver that will be going in the first round of the NFL draft. We just keep putting them out. We just keep putting them out, and we thought that Marvin Harrison was special. We said, when the next time we're going to get to see a Marvin Harrison? We ain't even have to wait 5 months. We didn't have to wait 5 months. But another thing that's not being talked about that's changed in a major way, it's not Will Howard. Outside of the pass of the ball, the defense is looking amazing. We're making great teams look bad. Now they're talking about Oregon just played a bad game. No, we made them play a bad game. We shut their offense down that has been powerful all year long. We did that. Our defense did that. That front four did that. Those linebackers did that. That secondary shut shit down.
And these boys definitely been playing some great football. And for me just watching, I just wanted to come in, talk a little talk. And it's good to see you in here, City League TV, because I know you was going crazy. Zen Master Zay, man, happy birthday again to you, brother, man. I know you enjoy yourself with your
Happy birthday, bro.
Enjoy yourself, enjoy it up. And we gonna continue every single day. It might just be random times. If y'all want to talk the talk, say Moss B, let's get it on. Because I think with this one, I think we gonna be able to go. We could look at different matchups. We could do so many things and make the internet swirl and buzz in a different way, which is my thoughts coming in with the stream itself today, knowing that we just gonna start shaking things even more because this game is a game we've talked about all season, the possibilities and how big the game would be, the way the ball is on both sides, defensively and offensively, with quarterbacks we feel that can make or break a draft stock type of thing. Donnell said, happy birthday to you as well, Zen Master. And I just think when you asking for a semifinal to get to the championship, this may be our championship before what they given out in the championship for the trophy, if you understand what I'm saying.
Well, that's what they just said about Oregon. So, it's different being Ohio State. We hear that a lot. It's teams championships game. It's championship game.
The one thing,
it's like 6 teams a year that we play. It's their championship game.
I agree. But for me, the only game I thought the Oregon game earlier in the season, and as the day went on, and before this game came on, when I was watching that Texas game, I was saying to myself, I don't know, man. They down there in that Rose Bowl. If Ohio State come out and they able to make passes and just play defense, not even do what they do right away in that first quarter, just play defense to start. And they actually came out, did all of that in the first 2 possessions. I said, this is over with. And that was just my thoughts. And I said, this is
we got to see that. We got to see that early.
Yeah. And I was like, man, this is a scarier team than what people really think. And just seeing their growth from game 1 to where they at now, game 8, game, 11 after the Michigan loss. And now this is a totally different Buckeye team. You're talking about a linebacker that people was questioning. I think his draft stock went all the way up after yesterday's game, the way he was hitting on the field.
Yeah, Simon didn't step up.
Man,
He stepped all the way up. Woo. And I see why they gave him the block O. Because he's a leader.
No.
He's a leader. I could have easily seen it going to Jack Sawyer, because I'm now calling him Mr. 614, because he represents what a player born in a 614, a diehard Buckeye, and you go to Ohio State, he represents that. He represents Central Ohio. I can't say Columbus because he's from Pickerington, but even the surrounding suburbs, they claim Columbus because that's what it is. You know what I mean? But dog, I'm just proud of the way that defense has turned it around. And now I really feel some type of way. I feel like the switch has been turned on. I feel a change in the atmosphere. And I see the dynasty I've been waiting on since 2002. Yeah, Irv. The ref definitely helped Texas. Definitely helped Texas with that that targeting call that they went and reviewed and came back and said there's no foul. There is no clear definition than a defenseless receiver and a hammer-to-hammer hit.
Yeah. So with that being said, that's a couple of names we got out there, with these hashtags, and you hearing it here first. WTP Sports Dudes, Level Up Sports 10, City League TV. You hearing this with these hashtags that we're giving you. So make sure you hashtag us in it when you put that hashtag in there. And just, to hit on a few things before we get out of here, man, I just want to tell you guys, man, congratulations on your boys getting a big win, man. Y'all well deserved that win. Y'all came out big. Y'all had a tough season on the aspect of how fans was treating y'all after the Michigan loss. But for y'all to turn around, buck up and be buck nuts and go out here, put them silver bullets on and do what y'all do. Definitely a great season up until this point and continuing. Outside of just a little bit of talk that we was talking about, those were my thoughts for today. And as we spoke on a few of those hashtags, man, make sure that you see that Mr. 614 Jay Sawyer at City League TV said, and we got a new name for that receiver that we be talking about in that uniform, Scarlet or Gray. Smitty from O Block 4 is the new name.
O Block 4.
Man, it's
from the O Block.
That boy bad. That boy bad. Ain't that what they say? But Smitty from O Block 4 is what I'm gonna call it, man. Because that performance, I was like, damn, that's spring practice.
Special.
That's, man. He's another chosen, and it don't happen often, but he's definitely gonna make us. I'm not gonna say forget about the Maserati, but Smitty from O Block 4, he built different. That's all I'm gonna say. That boy is different. Anything else that you had to say to the people out here, City League TV today?
Man, we got a big one that was postponed. We got a big one that was postponed that we're gonna get to watch here today.
What's your thoughts on that one?
I actually want Notre Dame to win. I want Notre Dame to win, but they also need a SEC team to be somewhere in the conversation, right, because their product is looking bad right now. Their product is looking bad.
Man,
it's looking like they put some of that some of that. What's that teeth numbing cream that they used to put on it? So they put some of that whip in there with that SEC talk, man. They said that ain't it. That ain't it. And the Big Ten had what we went head to head with them 5 times and won 4 of them, lost 1.
Looking good so far.
And Iowa should have popped Missouri, man.
Yeah,
but we look great. That Big Ten is looking great.
Real good.
That Big Ten is actually looking. It's looking great. I wish they wouldn't have had us matched up with Oregon so quick. I wish Oregon would have been on that other side. Ohio State and Oregon should not have been on the same sides. That was crazy. You know, I don't care even if y'all had to switch up to figure out the switch up the seedings or something, but Ohio State and Oregon weren't supposed to be on the same side.
Right. Darnell said them Bulldogs are some bullies. Notre Dame don't make them like that. They don't, but Notre Dame been chucking away this season. Yeah. They've been playing some great football.
And Georgia hasn't. Yeah. Georgia's been up and down. And as we see, the SEC was trash. Yeah. So let's see if Notre Dame can go out there and smack them up beside the head a little bit, just as everyone else has been doing during this bowl season.
Well, I'm taking Notre Dame. And I'm gonna do it as you say, City League, because I think that's what I said a few minutes ago. I'm putting a house. I'm trying to get a mansion off Notre Dame today.
Man, I think I'm gonna stop doing. I gotta stop doing that, bro. I've been losing houses.
I'm gonna try to get me one today. Try to get a mansion so we can have our room and our studio for Level Up Sports.
I done lost more mansions. I done lost more mansions than I've received. Boy, I done put some on. I won some, man. But it's been quite a few of them. I put that just like I put all the houses on that Michigan and Alabama game.
Gotcha.
I put all the houses on that. That was a huge surprise. That was a huge surprise. And you know, in Michigan, actually they didn't look bad. You know, that almost was like a little preview, a little soft preview of like coming from their defense of, you know, what they want to continue to do coming in the next years, which is playing great aggressive defense. They ended on a high note with 2 great wins against 2 great teams. And hey, we'll see if they have a secondary that's able to stop our attack when we see them next year, because I think we got it figured out.
Mm-hmm. You got to tune in to us down B on them spreads. We be trying to hit you off, but this bowl season we ain't been letting y'all we've been letting y'all dibble on y'all's own, man. This bowl season been crazy with these spreads and picks. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's been crazy. We've been, like City League said, been losing houses. I'm gonna try to get me a mansion off this Notre Dame one today though. See if
man, I would like for him to.
Yeah, I would, man.
I would like for him to. What's the spread? What's the spread on that?
It's Notre Dame 1, 45.
See what I mean? See, they cheating.
Right.
They cheating. That's whack.
I said, what is up their sleeve with this one, man? But nah,
you can't win that game.
Yeah, can't win or lose.
If it's a 1-point game, everybody lose.
Yeah.
Only if Notre Dame win.
That's it. And then I
gotta win by more than 1 point.
Yeah. If some people chime in with me about doing anything else, I'll jump back on and I'll send something through the chat. I just sent him the link to late. I was just ready to get on and get into it for when I was texting in the group chat and everything. But that was pretty much all I had for the day as far as in this game and everything. Because I know we're going to have more talk this week with the Buckeyes,
right,
for sure.
That's cool.
But, definitely.
And we could see what I'm doing. We possibly could hop on later on after the Notre Dame Georgia game. Because then we had a Final Four set up.
Yeah, because we could do that at our usual time, and that'll be right before that Duke and Ole Miss game. Because they got Duke. What they got? Look at this one. They got Ole Miss 17.5 over and under 51.5. I said, give me Duke.
Yeah, I would like to take Duke. I definitely would take Duke with the points.
Yeah,
So they're giving Duke 17 and a half.
right. That's what I said.
Okay. And I'm looking for, hopefully, for this to just be one of them mid SEC teams.
Yeah.
I really, really would like for Duke to upset them, but is that quarterback playing? Because he hopped in the portal. Is he?
Question. I think that's why they got them down like that too. That 17.5 spread.
Because he must not be playing. Because it seemed like they kind of ended on a little sour note too.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it was a nice, a mutual breakup.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might have been looking at him like, why you leaving here? I mean, we made you.
Right. Big.
This is Duke. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, for those joined in and tuned in, Donnell, bro, we appreciate you, man. You always chiming in, always tuning in, comment, and watching this, man. We greatly appreciate you. City League TV, bro. It's good to hear your voice. Good to see you win, man. Can't wait till we get back to doing what we do on that basketball court too, with the streaming and all that good stuff. We talk about it, man, and they seeing us and seeing what we doing, man. But like we talked about, man, it's great to be doing it. And as to our subscribers and followers, man, we appreciate you. As always, man, stay tuned in and locked in. You know we're going to come up to you with something funky, something fresh, just dropping the stream always, all the time. And this is Level Up Sports 10 and WTP Sports Dudes. Make sure you like, subscribe. City League TV on Facebook as well. We doing things there. Make sure you go check out them high school basketball streams we got on, and we're going to be coming with you at the game of the week soon as they get back from Chris break, because they chilling right now. They enjoying themselves as the new year came in.
Yeah, I think they're back now. They're about to get back popping. I have to look at the schedule.
For sure, for sure. So as we always say here at WTP Sports Dudes, as Donnell said, peace.
Yes, sir. WTP Sports Dudes. We was in the building. Now we out.
You got it. Peace.
Salute. Happy New Year.
Same to you, brother. You know it. All love.
Yes, sir. Love you, bro.
You too.